All right, guys, today we're going to take a quick look at the F&V softbox for the R300 LED ring light. Now, before we show you the softbox, let's just recap on the R300 LED ring light. This is it right here. And I have an earlier video showing this in comparison to this 600 LED panel here. So if you notice, the size is quite significant. This is a lot bigger and a lot heavier. So traveling with this one has made life a lot easier when I need to set up something like a panel. Now, it is a ring light and you could shoot through it with a camera, but I have been using these off camera on stands as a replacement for like a 1x1 light panel. Now, if you look at the video where I kind of put these side by side, surprising, the R300 has pretty much the same, if not better, light output as the 1x1 panel, as well as the spread and diffusion from this ring light. So it basically could replace something like this as just a standalone panel. Now, there's no flags, there's no barn doors or anything like that. And another benefit is that this one uses V-mount batteries, which are a little bit more expensive unless you get the Sony adapters and all that stuff. Well, this guy right here can run on one single Sony L series type battery, so very convenient to just travel with this if you need something like a 1x1. Now, they do have these magnetic filters. F&V's LED lights all have this. This is just a typical diffuser right here. Then they have something that will soften the light up a lot more, which is called their milk diffusion filter right here, right there. So that has been handy. But back to the video, what we're talking about is a new softbox for this light. Now, it does make a significant difference compared to any of the other filters. Any of you guys work with lighting, you know that if you're moving your diffuser further from the source, it's going to get softer. So this one will offset the diffusing material at least, a couple inches away. So it's going to do a lot better than just the milk diffusion filter. And we are going to run through some of those tests later on, and I'll show you how significant that is. But let's get back to the softbox. What you're going to get is a couple of different pieces. You can couple of thumb screws here, a couple of these rods that screw into this pin adapter. Now, you can mount it a couple of different ways with this pin adapter. It is hollowed out, so you can actually pass an umbrella through here, so you can set up your light to either shoot through an umbrella or bounce at an umbrella. So this is also an umbrella adapter as well, but for now we're going to show you what the softbox can do. So putting it together is fairly simple. You're just going to screw these rods in here, one on each corner. Now, there is two things that you need to consider when you're putting this together. Okay, so that's what it should look like, and you notice you have this bracket here. So the first thing we're going to do is, your R300 may have a little thumb screw here. I'm not going to use that one. We're going to use the one that came in the kit because the threads are a little bit shorter, which works better with the adapter here. Okay, first thing to consider, make sure that the pin is outward, not this direction. You can actually mount it this direction, which is not correct. We're going to mount it like that. So we'll put one of these thumb screws here. Done. That is what it looks like when it's attached to the back of the R300. You have battery. You still have enough room to attach a battery. So you see how big this battery is. I still have room to get this battery in and out. Not a problem at all. Next thing is the softbox. Now, you will get 4 of these little rods here. I've already inserted them into the softbox, and I just kind of keep it there. Everything will fit in this pouch, by the way, for this softbox. So in order to put the softbox on, the next thing you want to consider is that one of these folds actually has a little cutout here. So that's a little different than the other one. So that's how you can determine which direction your light is going to drop in. You want this bracket to be accessible through this flap. So that's the way it's going to mount. So all you have to do really is just put these SoftBox poles here on the side, which is not difficult to do at all. And that is pretty much the SoftBox right there. So there's Velcro on the sides here where you pull this over and you close this up. We'll do that in a bit. One of the things I wanted to point out is if you don't have a clamp for this type of adapter, not to worry, you could still access the threaded port underneath the R300 itself. So you can use a typical light stand, you can put a ball head, a friction arm. So you can still access this if you really need to. Otherwise, you can also use a universal clamp, which you'll find on the F&V side. It's a clamp that'll hold umbrellas and stuff. But for the most part, if all you have is this adapter, don't worry, you could still access the thread on the light itself. So you'll be able to mount this. And that is a quick look. The last thing that they'll give you is a grid. So this grid here just fits into the SoftBox once you expand it. I'm not going to do this nice and neat, but basically what the grid will do is it will direct the light, almost like giving you a tighter spotlight. It controls the spill like a barn door or flag would. And surprisingly, it works it's effective. I'll show you some samples in a bit, but it does work. So the R300 has been a great light. It's been great out in the field, traveling with it. Now with this folding SoftBox, you're going to get a lot more ways to control and modify the light coming out of the R300. So definitely worthwhile. Take a look at this on their website. But right now we're going to jump into some samples and let me know what you think. All right, so hopefully those examples showed you the differences that this SoftBox makes as opposed to just using the regular magnetic filters on the R300. Now this is a fold down SoftBox, very lightweight, very compact, but it's going to allow you to get more creative with the light that's coming from the R300. You can definitely modify it and control it a lot better if you want to get something more high contrast or something more diffused, a softer light. Definitely worthwhile if you have the R300 kit already. It's just going to make your kit more expandable, more functional. So check it out at the F&V website, or for more information about this, check the link below this video or on the blog cheesycam.com.